All right, guys. These are pretty easy, so I'll have somebody do 1, 2. All right, so Stevie, number 1.
Okay, number 1. Y equals 5/3x minus 1. The question is, what is the slope of the graph of this equation? The slope is 5/3x. It is the number with the depth.
Does anybody disagree?
No.
Very good.
No, sir.
Ty?
Read the question.
Yeah, read the question.
What is the slope from the following coordinates, 10, 9, and 15, -6? I did the slope formula of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and I substituted the numbers in, so I got -6 minus 9, and I got -15, and I got 15 minus 10, and I got 5, and I reduced it, and I got -3 over it.
There you go. Does anybody disagree?
No, I got a question. So, number 1, the slope always gonna be the number in front of the variable.
Yeah, in front of the input variable. So our input variable is x, and so our slope is 5/3. That's it. All right, okay, very good. These should be really easy because this is like laundry degree for what we've done. I'll give you guys a little time to read it. Okay, guys, Landon, can you pass out this other paper? 4-3. Right on there. Guys, get your books out and also get out a sheet of paper. Okay? Get out a sheet of paper.
Okay.
See it?
4-3.
Okay, so in the book, page 128. Page 128, guys. Here, what's the page number? 128. Page 128, guys. Y'all look lost. Alright, so we're on page 128 and make sure you guys shoot the paper out. Alright, Dave, can you read what you're learning?
Right function rules from the
Alright, and then, Makai, can you read what I learned this?
business owner can calculate the cost of the whole food number if she can write over the function. Just as you can translate words to an equation, you can also translate words to a function rule. Be sure to identify the input and the output.
Alright, so, all we're gonna really do is stuff we learned before Thanksgiving. Does anybody remember what we basically talked about before Thanksgiving? Slope, right? So we're going to take this stuff and we're going to revisit, but we're just going to add a little bit more onto it. And so inside the stuff that we were covering last, before Thanksgiving, we were given our function rule. We were given our function rule, we had to do stuff with it. But this time we're going to actually go and create our function rule from the information that they gave us. So we're going to flip it. We used to have our function rule and then get stuff, but this time we're going to be given information and create our own function rule. So since yesterday we did already and we didn't have a chance to do a good review, we're going to do a little review over the stuff that you guys really need to know. This is the stuff you guys are going to write down on your sheet of paper, okay? All right. The first thing first, does anybody know the slope formula? Y2 minus what? Over All right, and then to do this, we need what? Do the slope formula, we need what? Coordinates. So how many do we need? 2. We need 2 points or 2 order pairs. Okay, we need 2 order pairs to do this, right? And so these are numbers just tell us which set of coordinates we're talking about, right? All right, and then another way to say this is the change in what? Change in what on top? Yeah, so on the top is the change in what then? Change in y over the change in what? X, right? So we have our slope-intercept form. Do you remember the slope-intercept form? It starts with y. What is it?
M equals
Equals mx plus b. Y equals mx plus b. Alright. You guys need to know the difference between the slope formula and the slope-intercept form, right? When you use the slope formula, you're plugging in numbers to get a numerical value out, right? You're going to get a numerical value out. When you're using the slope-intercept form, it just shows you how your function rules should look. Okay? This gives you an outline of how your function rules should look. This gives you a numerical value for the slope. Alright? Now, inside the slope-intercept form, what is my M? It's my slope. My M is my slope. And what's my B?
Y intercept.
The what?
Y intercept.
Y intercept. And a good thing to do is we're going to talk about what some of the different words for slope and y intercept are, okay? Does anybody know a different way to say slope? Slope does talk to steepness, right?
Rise
It is what I was gonna run into. What about change? Rate of what? Is it ever a rate of change? Okay. Well, the slope also tells you your rate of change. Okay? It's kind of like miles per gallon. So you can have a rate of change. So another way to say slope is rate of change. And this is really important for as we go on through this lesson and the next one too. So the one we're really going to be using is not really rise over run, but rate of change, okay? So for y-intercept, today you'll figure out that's also called initial value, okay?
Yeah.
Initial value. And we'll talk about that as we go on. So really important stuff to get. Make sure you keep it out of your notes. All right. So we don't have any key concepts or vocabulary. So we're going to start with example 1, okay? You can close the book now, yeah. Okay. So can somebody read number 1 for me? This is good.
Writing a function rule convert. A rating for internet access is $15 per month plus 25 cents per hour of use. Which function rule represents the monthly bill for X hours of use?
All right, so it's a word problem, but it wants us to write a function rule from this word problem, right?
Yeah.
Now, whenever we have word problems, guys, you have to read the whole word problem. I know this is one of the biggest things we struggle with, but you got to read the whole word problem, especially for these problems right here. So when you have word problems, it's always good to break down the important stuff inside that problem. What's the first important thing you got to see in that problem?
$15 per hour.
$15 per hour.
Me per month.
Thank you, per month. All right. So what's the next important thing you got to see?
$125 per hour.
25 cents per hour of use.
And how am I gonna write 25 cents? 125 per what?
Per hour of use.
All right. So even though you know what the important things are, we also got to know what the actions, right? So can anybody tell me what the question is?
Which function rule represents the monthly bill for X hours?
For X hours, right? So we're gonna make a function rule for what?
X hours.
X hours of use. All right. Now, what they want us to do is make our function rule look like the slope-intercept form, right? And with the slope-intercept form, you have to have both what?
Yes.
Slope and y-intercept, right? So we know that we're going to have a variable side here, right? So we got these two things. We got to pick which one of these is going to get our variable. Which one of these is going to get our variable? Who? The 0.25. And the way you know that is, if you got to read the full problem, it says function rule for what?
X hours.
X hours. Which of these talk about hours?
25 cents.
So 25 cents. So that tells you that 25 cents is going to get our variable what? What variable are we going to use?
X.
Because it automatically tells you that. So when we write our slope-intercept form, we always start with what?
Y.
Y, right?
Y E.
25
0.25x plus
$15.
15. Now this Y represents the monthly bill, right? It represents everything. Now we can also write this kind of a different way. Does anybody know how else we write this?
Switch it around.
Switch it around. So we'll still have our Y, but we'll have what?
15.
15.
Uh-huh.
Plus
15
15 plus.
Oh, yeah, good.
25X.
Not going to throw the X with each one, just on the flip around. But these are the exact same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, which of those answers is going to be there?
The second.
Which one, baby? B. It's gonna be B. And B looks like this. So that's our function rule for that word problem, and it's our slope-intercept form. All our function rules should follow that slope-intercept form, okay? Alright, so let's look at the little boxes, okay? So they got a first blank, and it says equals $15 plus 25 times the second blank. What do you think that first blank is going to be? Because it should just be words. That first blank is what this means in words. What does it represent?
The monthly.
The what?
The monthly.
The monthly cost. This Y represents the monthly cost. So that first box is going to be your what?
Monthly cost.
Monthly cost. Or monthly bill, however you want to say it. And now it equals 15 plus 0.25 times what?
The hourly.
Per hour.
Yeah, per hour.
Oh.
Alright. So it says, let blank be the number of hours. What is our number of hours?
X.
X, right?
Yep.
And so let blank be the monthly cost.
Why?
Y. And X is our what variable?
Input.
Input. And Y is our what?
Output.
Output, right. Alright, and inside the box below, I feel like they just put that there just to be extra. But, because all it is this right here, but broken up. That's all they're really doing. You know, you got that first box right here. And you got that equal sign, right? And then you got this box, right?
Yes.
We put a Y right there.
Yeah, you put a Y right here. And then what do you put here?
0.25.
25.
No, 15.
15. Because they're using B. And B is set just like this right here. And then what do you put right here then?
0.25.
125, and then they have a little X over here. And it's not the last one. All you do is just write it back over.
But in a different order. Like this.
Alright. Now, this 0.25 is our what?
That's your hourly.
It's our slope, right? And what's another word for slope?
Rate of change.
Rate of change. This is our what?
Y intercept.
What's another word for Y intercept?
Initial value.
Initial value. Alright. So before we do quick check, the quick check, I also want to go through 2, okay? So we can see 2. 2 is actually a little bit easier to me as well than doing word problems. You know, word problems take a lot of reading anyway. Alright. So Stevie, can you read 2 for me?
Do the values in the table will represent a linear function? If so, write a function rule.
Alright. So now we're going to make our function rule, not from a word problem, but from a what?
A chart.
A table, right? Table chart. Alright. So, our charts are always ugly, but we're gonna make it work today. Alright, so what's my first row?
0.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And what's my bottom row?
5, 2, -1, -4.
Alright. So, remember from some time ago, and we want to see if this was made, we would do what?
Your value,
My what, Stephen?
your value.
My value changes, right? So, we would do it for both the top, all the X's, and all the Y's, right? So they already did it for you. So what's the value change from 0 to 1?
Plus 1.
Uh-huh.
Plus 1. Plus 1.
And what about on the bottom?
Minus 3. Minus 3.
Now, what would we do after we find our value change?
Put it to a fraction.
Put the ratio, right? And so we'll know that ratio 1 equals ratio 2 equals ratio 3. Because all my value changes are the same. So what is the ratio? What is it?
1 over -3.
1 over -3. Right? Now, this tells us that this function is what? Linear, right? Now, if I want to find the slope for this function, I would do what?
Input.
Put into a quarter.
Graph. Oh,
The slope formula.
Slope formula, right? Because all these are what?
What's that?
The same.
No, we're not worried about this
okay.
one. Order pairs. These are order pairs, right? And how many order pairs do you need to do the slope formula?
2.
2, right? So we can just pick 2 of these, any 2. Which one? The last 2? So we'll do this one and this one. So our first point, is what?
2.
Comma.
1.
What's our second point?
3, comma.
Now, when we're doing our slope formula, let me erase this and get off the room. We need to do what? But first we gotta do what?
Label.
Label, right?
X1.
This is x1,
Y1.
y1,
X2.
Y2.
y2. Okay? And now we're gonna just plug into our formula, right?
Yeah.
So what's going on top?
Negative 4.
And what goes on bottom?
3 minus 2.
Use your calculator and tell me what you get. Yeah, let's do it too. On top. Negative 3 and 1 is also what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. And negative 3 is our what? Our who? Our slope, right? And what's the word for slope?
Rate of change.
Rate of change, right? So, I don't know if you guys know this, but remember when you guys did this on one of the tests, right? And you have to keep on doing it over and over again. You know there's a really easy way to find the slope? So, slope is changing what? Changing what? What variable is this?
Y.
Changing y over what?
X.
Over changing x, right? Isn't this a change in y? So what's the change from this y coordinate to this y coordinate?
3. Negative 3.
Negative 3, right?
Yeah.
What's the change in this x coordinate to this x coordinate?
Positive 1.
What's negative 3 over 1?
Negative 1.
Negative 3.
Negative
So the same way you guys were doing this right here, this was a super easy way to just get right here. Because also there's a change in y over the change in x. Alright? So, yeah. They need to be leaning to do this. They do. Alright. So, we got our slope, right?
3. Yes.
And we're trying to write the function rule and the slope-intercept form. So what's one thing that we need now?
The y-intercept.
The y-intercept. We have our slope, now we need our what? Y-intercept. So when you guys are going through these problems, if you want to, write M and B on the side and put check marks whenever you find something. So you found your M, check mark. You need your B now. Your y-intercept, let me see, it should actually say on the paper. So on the paper it says, since each ratio is the same, the function blank linear. What is it? Is linear. Since each ratio is the same, the function is linear. And it says the slope is what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Now right below that it says the point 0, comma blank.
5.
0, comma 5. Because we know when our x is 0, our y is what? Is what? 5. So the point 0, comma 5 lies on the graph of the function. So the y-intercept is,
Negative 3.
No.
I'm gonna tell you guys,
5.
it's gonna be 5. Reason being, the y-intercept comes from the point where your x-coordinate is 0. When you have an order pair whose x-coordinate is 0, your y-intercept is the y-coordinate, okay? So let's write this down somewhere. The y-intercept comes from the point or order pair where x is 0. Yeah, write this down. This is really important, guys. The y-intercept comes from the point where x is 0. And what's another word for y-intercept? Initial value. Okay. Alright, so since my x is 0, my y-intercept is what?
5.
5. B equals 5. As we go on, we'll start writing our y-intercept like this. Right now, you can write it this side right now. Alright, so we got our slope and we also got our what? Y-intercept. So is there anything else we need?
No.
No. So right now we're good now. So now we can write our function rule, okay? So when we write our function rule, we're going to start with what?
Y
Y.
equals
Blank 0.
negative 3.
Y equals
Blank x plus.
Our
It's
slope is what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. So it's negative 3
X plus 5.
plus 5. The good thing about slope intercept form is it tells you exactly how should be set up. You have that slope, you have that y-intercept. Just follow this form. Alright? Alright, I'm going to let you guys attempt quick check 1 and 2 on the back, okay? Quick check 1 and 2 on the back. Now, make sure you guys look out for words like rate of change and initial value. Because they won't just come out and say y-intercept and things like that on these problems. Now you gotta pick out exactly what is what. Is it? You won't come if you do one. Well, guys, if y'all need help, y'all can raise your hand. I'm being real quiet today. man.